read a lot of books about the history of World War I, and I'm very fascinated with it because even today, everything it seems came out of World War I, and out of World War I came World War II, and out of World War II the Cold War, and even today we're talking in the Mideast, boundaries that were made after World War I are affecting politics today, and when you read about World War I, the horrific thing, deaths, the more people died on Armistice Day just in the morning. You know, everybody knew the war was going to be over at 11 o'clock on the 11th day, the 11th month, and they still, people charged, and more people died that day than on D-Day. You think about artists going through life, and how do artists survive, and how do we fight? I mean, artists are always the ones that you read about. I don't care if you're Mozart, you don't even know where he's buried. Artists, it doesn't matter if you're Van Gogh or whomever, it's just the sufferings, and how do you fight back? And I thought, how do we fight back? I made this Canon, kind of like the Buck Rogers thing. It looks kind of something Buck Rogers would have in the 23rd century. But it's interesting. I had it in Williamsburg at the Meekins Library lawn, and it was facing towards the Florence Bank. And a couple days later, I went in the Florence Bank, and the vice president motioned me over, and he said, "Is that pointed at us?" And I said, "Well, what do you think?" He said, I think it's pointed at us." I said, "Don't worry, there's a flower in it. I'm a child of the 60s. I mean, this is I'm a loving artist." He said, "Looks like a puff of smoke to me." I don't know, so I think it made him nervous. But my intentions are all good. Again, it's all found, things were all thrown away within a 10-mile radius of Northampton. This piece right here came from somebody who would, when you plant seeds, you take this, it's a roller, you fill with water, and that's what you roll on the grass to plant. These are parts of a truck wheel, a car wheel, these old pipes. We have everything from the springs are from an old motorcycle. The actual axle and wheels are from an old potato harvester from probably the 1920s. It would have been drawn by a horse or mule. The trick with all of my art is you find these cold, lifeless pieces of metal, and you put them together, and you try to animate it. You try to give it life and make it look like it actually functions, like there's, that it looks like it actually could shoot, but really it's an illusion, and it's actually a very peaceful sculpture.